All right. What is up, everybody? Let me get some volume here. And we're just going to do, let's see. We're just going to do like a little review of first 10 I did last night with one of the players from the MK2 Outer Haven Discord. They're, I think, maybe even primarily a UMK3 player, but they've started picking up MK2 more recent time. So it's kind of the first like new player match I've done in very, very, very long time. So it's very combo heavy, so I think that's really the more interesting part of it. But I just want to go over for that player's sake a little bit of a review because he was interested in knowing. So let's set that up. I just gotta get the link. There it is. Okay, so this is gonna run through. I don't even know if there's any. Let's see. All right, so I think we just do 2-on-2 for these. Let's get volume for that too. That would be helpful. All right. So I think I'm setting up buttons here. What is up, Alphabet? So yeah, this is just like a review of the matches here, but I am actually okay. Doing all right, man. Just trying to get excited for more releases, or more release information, I should say, especially with WaveNet being announced. I want to get together with some people. I want to talk to Lex, who he was one of the guys who was hired for the refit for WaveNet back in the day, and he's been part of our scene, you know, forever, since before day one, basically, for the FGC. So, all right, so this is me and Neco from our MK2 Discord for the Outer Haven circuit. So, basically just going to see me getting warmed up here. We did a few matches before this first of 10. Basic human smoke, bread and butter there. A little bit of jumping around, shenanigans. Good conversion there from Neco. Overshot that fireball a little bit. I think he's a little bit nervous there. He's very, very execution-heavy combos. And bad jump scenario there. Very good force ball in the sweep. He's actually really, really good at that. Something that I do too, but he's got that very much locked down. So good Sonya lockdown in the corner there. He jumped out of the combo that I tried to get there. That was not a punish, which he'll figure that out later when he tries to punish me. And it does not work. It's kind of like, call that like sloppy online stuff. That was also not a punish. It was just I wasn't committing after the sweep. He can punish like pretty much everybody else. Good land on the force pull there. Sneak the leg grab through the combo. There's little breaks here and there in the combos that allow for stuff like that. It's not always guaranteed. Sometimes it depends on your frame advantage. It's kind of a little bit of awkward exchange of pressure here. And so because in vanilla UMK3, 2-on-2 puts human smoke back to robot smoke in the second round if he starts the second round, so that stinks. I'm sorry, if he doesn't. Went for a desperation telekinetic slam there. Didn't really pay for it as much as he should have, but again, getting used to my control situation here, because I initially had my stick set up with the keyboard, but for some reason the mode was like locking to like an analog input, so I couldn't press certain buttons at the same time. Very strange. So I switched back to using Smoke here, and he gets me on the jump there. Doesn't optimize the combo and also misses the OTG. Timing on that is a little bit nuanced. Throws me out of the corner, eats a naked spear. So yeah, I went for a roundhouse combo there, but I was too close to the corner. And he's got me in the corner there. He's kind of hoping that I'm going to make a mistake so he can get the telekinetic slam. I managed to slip out with a teleport punch. Crossover jump. Just kind of like confuses the positioning there. And very solid human smoke combo to finish the round. I did a little close hit bug there after post-mortem, we call that. And a very optimal, super optimal reptile combo on Sonya there. But he could have just went for just basic punish and gotten 50%. And he would have ended it there. But so it was a good showing there. First round. First match of this first of 10 from Neco. Or Neco. I don't know how he pronounces it. NecoarcI2. So I try to cycle through maybe like 6 of my main characters. I throw a few more in here and there, but because of the control setup, just giving me issues. Oh, another nice forceful setup on the sweep. Super optimal, non-infinite, but again, he misses the finish there. You really want to get over 50%, even if you're showing off a little bit. And semi-optimal Ermac crossover, like whiff punish, sort of. Some awkward exchanges. He's trying to figure out. See, right there, that the jump kick, I forced the slide out on him there because he was kind of, I think he gets people with that a lot, probably online, but it's not a punish, so. So then once you pay for it like that, triple punch Sub-Zero combo there. Just snagged me with that baton. I'm pretty sure I saw that coming, but I just didn't block it in time. And he's going for the baton trip, which is not a good idea. Unless you're really far away. But most characters can punish Stryker on hit. Good jump in, semi-whip punish into what's going to be a very good combo, 75%. He could have finished it there, but... So I set him back up into the corner here with a relatively, again, optimal Sub-Zero. Anytime you get 50% with Sub-Zero is always a good day. And he knew he was going to jump there, and I thought that punch would hit him. All right, so again, and there, I went for the slide, but I got a crouching low kick for some reason. All right, so usually people go for a gun right there, but that would have been a big mistake because I could have punished him with the telekinetic slam. But here he's got a nice little setup here to finish this round. But he just misses that. Gets a throw anyway, so that's good. All right, I catch him on the tail end of the sweep there. I couldn't really tell if he could block it. I mean, that's pretty much optimal there. It's almost 50% with the telekinetic slams. Factored into the combo there. So he went for maybe a cross-up jump in there to get a throw, but I don't know why. Because it would just throw me out of the corner. He should have probably just kept me in there. Good cross under slide. That was legit. I used those two quite a bit. Very useful. All right, that was a very bad teleport punch on my part. And he gets over 50%, so that's great. 54% right there. Haven't seen him do the infinite volleys yet, but he does get those later on. I knew that jump was coming. That was, for some reason, that scenario with the 2-on-2 triggers that we get another 50% Sub-Zero punish there. Goes for the baton trip. Again, just not smart. If he kept using Stryker, he probably would stop using it entirely. Good setup into a corner infinite, but he does not get it. I almost didn't get that combo punish in there. Saving right there is just not a good idea. I went for a triple uppercut, didn't get it. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. So we got Digital Chum. Yeah, you know what, Digital, I've been using a keyboard to play Mortal Kombat for literally 30 years. I started with UMK3 on the PC when I bought that. It was like freshman year, I think, of high school. and that's when I started using it. And then MK3 the next year, continued using it and modified the layout a little bit. Then once MAME started emulating it, I modified it a little bit more. Alright, so here we are, Reptile. I hate mirror matches, but I wanted to change the characters up because I didn't want to just go with like my top like 2 or 4. Alright, so anticipated the jump back on there and tried to get like a high punch to fast force ball, but that just didn't work. And see, there's that cross under slide, that time for me, and he's got a super optimal setup. Very, very good corner situation. You almost never see that. Alright, see, he did that slide there off the jump kick, which is that's just a no-no, and I just, for whatever reason, I didn't block. Good air throw there from Smoke. And he's just, you know, just kind of waiting here for an opportunity to safely get out of the corner. I think I locked my buttons there, and I couldn't get the cross spin, and I couldn't get a spin there either. I remember there's like nothing coming out in that particular instance. And there it was like, kind of just like testing to make sure that it was, no buttons were stuck. And they weren't, and I paid for it. So he likes to use the crouching low kick to uppercut, which is not a combo, but it does work. And I managed to pull that one out. That was actually a really good comeback there. Yeah, Alphabet. So I have a couple extra keyboards laying around that I use on the computer that I stream from, and for some reason they just do not work very well on this computer. Like it's not the same as the one that I have at my bedroom computer. So I just have to basically just get another one of those keyboards. It's a basic Dell keyboard, but it works perfectly. So once I do that, I won't be complaining about controls anymore. So again, he's going for fancy combos. He doesn't have to do that, but I think he's just kind of like showing me what he knows, because he's like posted some combo videos in our Discord, and that's what really like made me interested in playing him. So that was a good crossover, cross under spin to, you know, pretty much optimal 42%. And now he's got a lot of room to make up. So he likes doing the slow force ball and the run up with the force ball, which allows you to get in close. But me playing Reptile, I kind of know how to deal with that. So you'll see at least a couple times he'll go for that. All right, so there's that cross under slide, anti-air cross up slide. Yeah, Alphabet. This is from a set I played last night. I'm just kind of reviewing it. It was like spur of the moment, and like 2 in the morning. I was just messaging with him on the Discord, and I was just like, "You want to just hop on?" Because it was like he wants to learn the game, I guess, a little bit more. So go back to Ermac. So now I've got Ermac and Sonya. I think I combined the first 2 teams after this, and I think I switch them up again. Eventually, I start using other characters a little bit here and there, but I want to really give him a good showing and not just random select and, you know, get like a lot of Shang Tsung and, you know, classic Sub-Zero. And it's a lot easier to beat them. And because he knows such big combos, it's really hard to deal with, even with high tier characters. He's got a lot of one touch and 2. You know, so he controlled the spacing on that round very well. That's pretty much the best you're going to get against Sonya there. He probably could have broke 50 with just like maybe 2 better hits, but that was good enough. And okay, so there's a little frame break or collision manipulation, anti-air. Sonya Blight kick, always good. So now I'm actually in a good spot. I don't remember if I win this round, but I'm in a good spot to take this. So little corner lockdown, trying to get him out, but now I think he's got it. See, and even there, he should not have gone for that combo. That was very silly. He should have just hit me with the uppercut to finish it. But as we play the set, he starts to learn, I think, a little bit more. So another good Reptile combo. But again, should have just gone for the guaranteed 50% there. I slipped up there on the combo in the corner. And I go for just a Hail Mary Ermac, which would have been 100%. I didn't even need it there, but here comes a nice infinite. So there's a little bit of overlap there, which caused him to drop that combo. I don't know if it was so much his execution or it was just the placement. I knew he was going to jump there, but I don't know why I teleported. All right, finishes that off. So now Robot Smoke and B Pain. especially if he goes invisible. He didn't really get that many good invisible setups from this set, from what I remember. Just kind of threw that uppercut out there as a guess. So that's 2. That's good. Orange Jago, what's up, brother? How you been? Sorry, I'm white. Oh my God, this is like a 10-year plus FGC alumnus here. All right. So we got Sonya and Robot Smoke for this first round, and then I'm pretty sure I think I switched to Human Smoke the next round. He's got the nice quick dive kicks, but they're not really useful against her. Good Sonya combo, 50% with the sweep afterwards, and he just kind of gave up there. See, all right, so that was the slow force ball to the run, the command run, and you just throw a jab out, and it's going to stop him every single time. And if it doesn't stop him, you'll block early. Ooh, okay, so that was a nice like latent harpoon. It comes out super fast. I mean, it always comes out super fast, but his comes out faster than Human Smoke and Scorpions. So you can snag them there, and it's a little bit lower. See, right there, you went for invisibility, but that was a mistake. Alright, so he caught me jumping in like an idiot there. And I just snagged him on that. I don't usually go for that, but playing online, you can get away with that stuff sometimes. So there you go. That was an optimal 51%. That's exactly what you should go for. Hail Mary, harpoon. Sometimes that sweep will snag them on jumps. Another Hail Mary, psychic teleport uppercut. He likes to sweep from that distance, so I was like, well, let me throw one out. Alright, so he's got that corner lock down there, but so there if you do, he could anti-air me a little bit more on those just like basically just in-your-face jump kicks. I kind of set him up there for an infinite, but he dropped it. Alright, so there, she just would not attack for some reason. I don't know what that was. You can see her, like, the block just kept on coming out. Whiffs the close range attacks there, which is something notorious. I managed to convert to keep him in the corner there with that non-launcher version of her combo, but the first hit didn't even come out, so she just got the one high kick. This is very, like, trite information here. I don't know what happened. He hits me with, like, a dozen kicks after the teleport. When I for some reason I just kept hitting a crouching low kick instead of uppercut. All right, nice relaunch there from Sonya. Went for a third one. I was a little bit greedy. I should have just finished it out because I would have kept him in the corner with like another maybe 15%. Again, she dropped the combo there. You can see that. She just got the knee lift and nothing else. I caught him on the jump there. Decent corner lockdown without run jabs in that situation. Now he's going to go for optimal reptiling on Sonya. This is very good, almost 60%. Exactly 60%. All right. So I'm maintaining Robot Smoke for whatever reason in this match. Obviously, I can't in that round, so it doesn't matter, but he's trying to go for slides. Reptile Slide does not have the range of either of the Sub-Zeros, but it is in between both. Or it might actually be slower. Double check on that one. But 55%. Don't know why I didn't block there. That would have been block to punish. And that was a very, very lucky setup. And I just made sure I could have gone for the crouching low kick, wouldn't have beat him, and then he would have been able to maybe slide me, and that it probably would have ended the round after that. Yeah, Jago, the reptile combo, it's just muscle memory. I mean, some of it is extremely fancy and I would say unnecessary, but as long as you break 50%, you can do that on almost every character except, I think, Shang Tsung. So, all right, back to the action here. Kung Lao starting out with a 7-hitter. Couldn't really get anything out after the block dive kick, but nice little Ermac combo. I opted not to finish him with the run-in low kick because he probably could have blocked it, which would have pushed me out. All right, so I kind of guessed on that freeze there, and it paid off. But now he's got Reptile in here. Went for a fancy combo again. And it doesn't matter because he's got another one coming right here. Goes for the uppercut, just unnecessary. My Sub-Zero definitely has enough game here to turn this around. I don't remember if that happens. I think I get him with another combo. Yeah, it was another combo there. And he blocked the next one. So now he doesn't really know what to do. He could just kind of run in and rush, but he's watching out for the ice clones. And there I just goofed. I don't know what that was. That was silly. Alright, so put out the ice clone, just kind of checking to see if he'll get a little bit fancy like he just tried to do there. Good cross under slide, cross up throw. Okay, so for some reason I kept doing that ice shower, which Reptile can do his command run and he can outrun it. See, like right there I want to do regular freeze, but for whatever reason I just was committing to the ice shower and he would have ran right into the regular freeze. So, little Ermac combo, cross under OTG, and I went for a sweep, but I got a low kick there. Doesn't matter. I don't know if I tried to get a low punch in there to convert that, which would have been really nice. I could have got maybe like 55%. But just, you know, pretty fast action. So it's hard to always get your optimals out in that situation. I tried to punish him with the telekinetic slam. So for some reason this like his like rush down like collapsed here, but he managed to pull that out. So and he's up 3-3. So very tight set so far. Yeah, digital. Yeah, I've been collecting about 10 years now. Most of it's probably from within the first, like, we'll say 5 to 7 years, we'll say. So I've been way more careful about purchases. Dave B, what's going on? Yep, Friday vibes. All right, so we got Kabal and Kung Lao there. So I was looking for that sweep. It was kind of a guess, but that paid off with a nice relaunch combo over 50% for Kabal. And an ambiguous cross up there on the throw. Didn't look deliberate. Some instant airs, not as low as they could be. I can't get them on the keyboard as low as I can on the. I should say I can't get them on this keyboard as low as I can on the other one. And just throw out a fireball and and it pays off. Kabal rudimentary run jabs will work somewhat. And here I'm just trying to keep him from getting any kind of momentum with the force balls because I have another character, Reptile, here. Let's see if I do anything with Reptile here. I think I just kind of like stalemate him on moves here. Yeah. Yep, same just like that. He can't really do anything as long as the force balls are out. And he's from a certain distance, he's not going to be able to punish me. So there's your stalemate. So back here, one of us should have went invisible there, but let's see if he gets the infinite here. Yeah, there we go. So he got 58% just in infinite hits. He probably could have dropped the last volley and maybe just gone for uppercut. It would have been 60. And he caught me sleeping. I think I went for a combo. Just straight high punches. I hate when that happens. Snagged him just barely on that. Wasn't able to convert. I think I wanted that run just a little bit sooner. But hey, we'll get a cross underspin with Kabal there. Ooh, I was just like a frame too slow on the punish there. But caught him with the cross up. Or I should say maybe just like air counter, we'll call it. Left off that head was kind of dangerous. A lot of vulnerable flame. That was stupid. and even stupider. A lot of vulnerable frames for Kabal's, like anything more than a 3-hit combo. Could have got him with spin there. Again, threw out another one for no reason. Sometimes that does work if they're not punishing you for full damage, but almost got snagged with that. Just a little bit of jab block down there, but nothing special. I'm looking for a jump under so I can do the command run. All right. There's a psychic uppercut there. We call it a Jersey uppercut. Ali in the chat, what's going on, man? How you been? So, and I managed to. He probably just went for a combo there, and there's a nice 53 standard Reptile juggle. Nothing fancy on that one. As anybody who plays Reptile should be able to do. Just gonna move this over a little bit. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go Human Smoke. Nice, you talking to Dead? Yeah, I know. He doesn't like talking about tier lists, just like I really don't either. It's just kind of silly at this point. 30 years now, people still talking about tier lists. But yeah, just I just managed to get this set out last night, so I figured it was a nice first to 10. Very very combo heavy first to 10, back and forth. So this is kind of a treat with the Legacy Collection coming out. I might as well do some stuff like this. So I did manage to catch him with those just like in-your-face jump kicks quite a bit. I don't know if he was having maybe some lag or something. See, just like that, I'm just kind of forcing him to do a slide in that situation. See if he gets an optimal here. Now he dropped it. This is a pretty sloppy round. Yeah, I think I just gave it up there. All right, starts it out with, this is your standard infinite for Sub-Zero. You might leave off like the last hit there. Don't know why he did that, but maybe he had it for respect. Okay, so I got him in there. He was a little bit confused. I don't know why I dropped that. That was really bad. It was just a little bit slow on that backwards jump kick, and I'm going to pay for it big time. Another 50 plus. Again, that was just a little bit of frustration there, because I really wanted that corner combo to work before. Kind of threw that match away. Alright. So putting Ermac and Sonya back together here. So lots of sweeps with Sonya. So that was a sweep into combo into relaunch. 65%. Combo is blockable after the sweep, but it's such a fast situation that if you try to move at all, you're going to get hit. And I basically gave him an infinite there, but Sonya's a little bit harder to juggle, so he needed to be just a little bit closer. I tried to squeeze a leg grab out there. Okay, so that was a good sweep follow-up to the upward bite kick. And again, he goes for these optimal Reptile combos. He didn't even really have to do that there, but that's the muscle memory working. I'm just being very patient right now. Yeah, Ali, I didn't even have a rank before this match, actually. This is the first set I had with a recognized rank. I don't know, I think it's like 10 ranked matches you have to play. I really only did FightCade if it's like on somebody's stream or something. So that was a decent Ermac. Like pretty close to optimal. There's all different tweaks you can do in these combos to you get a little bit more here and there. Some characters you have to use the lower ones. I thought I was just within range of that telekinetic slam, but I was not. And I managed to, yeah, okay, I was gonna say, got the roundhouse. That's a nice little double roundhouse Ermac combo, 61 plus 65 almost. But I would say that overall the net play conditions were extremely satisfactory. I didn't really have any like noticeable lag. I would say like for net play standards, the delay was very manageable. Yeah, we'll see what happens. If as long as net play is good and the ports are not cursed as the other ones have been in some way or another, I think they're going to get it right this time. It's 30 years of these games, so the finish to that round was pretty lackluster. Just kind of some of these situations that like it gets so tiresome to deal with that if the lead is too much, you start doing just dumb stuff. Mimicker, what's up, brother? Got Goku Ren in here. Okay, so Jax, I'm pretty sure I don't do anything with Jax. I think he just gets taken out. Let's see what happens here. Mike Metroid. Okay, so he almost converted that. It's pretty tough. I went for the dash punish there, but literally nothing came out. I don't know what that was. All right, back to infinite. Nice little combo. Didn't have to do that. I was just off timing on the cross under spin there. I should have waited just a little bit, went the other way. I went for a spin there, nothing came out on that jump kick. I was kind of hoping he would teleport out of nervousness right there, but he's pretty smart with that stuff. I don't know why I let go block. He didn't convert it to anything, fortunately. Yeah, definitely. I think FightCade does a little bit, but more so is definitely this keyboard that I was using. I was explaining earlier that I had issues with the stick as well. I have to figure out what mode it was on. Nothing came out there either. That was very strange. He just kind of like stood up and turned around. That actually really changed the complexity of that round, because I would have gotten him down to probably about maybe 10% health on the combo follow-up. Reptile vs Kabal is a very, very fun match. So that was a good punish there on the green spark from Ermac. Good Kabal corner combo, 61. I didn't bother going for a third volley on that. It wasn't necessary. 61 is plenty of damage. I don't know what that spin was. And I've already like lost the Jax momentum at the start there. He managed to drop that combo. He really hasn't dropped too many combos. Okay, so wake up, or a Hail Mary dash punch, but now right back into the infinite. But again, he had a little bit of overlap there, causing the drop it. But I could not get anything going with Jax. That usually doesn't happen. But very good display there. So what are we at? We're at 5-5, so it's pretty good. Yeah, I definitely could have tried a third volley on that one, but I think I only lost like 8% with what I did, so that was fine. Mike Metroid, man, all you have to do is spend like one day with me, and I'll show you at least what not to do. All right, so decent Ermac combo there, about 45. Just snuck around this sweeps there. I don't know if he plays Kano at all. I do play Kano like a little bit. He can get like a few wins out here and there for me if I'm doing like a long set, because people just don't know how to deal with the sweeps. So I'm being very patient now. I almost got another one of those like around the back of the sweep combos, but here we are back into Reptile. Again, doesn't need that. He could have won that right there. Not won it, but he could have Didn't need the slide for fanciness. He could have just gone for the uppercut. All right, so here I'm basically just kind of, I don't know why I jumped there, but I'm just kind of waiting for him. Good reptile corner. All right, so I caught him there on the run jab pressure, which I'm not really sure what happened, but, and that was just stupid spin. I don't know why I did that. I probably didn't even mean to do it. Went for an instant air that did not come out. Any ground fireball with Kabal is always an attempt at an instant air. There was another one. Just doesn't, yeah. Right there I thought he was going to try to go for combo, for sure. That was not an accidental spin. Went for another instant air there, did not happen. Just not working. And keyboard's super easy to do. Went for around the back. I almost didn't get that spin out. Remember, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Good anti-air roundhouse. I stopped him on the hidden run between the force ball there with the jab. I think I do that a few more times. Trying to get the instant air timings out. Just not consistent enough. Yeah, it was just a bad scenario there. I think I just wanted to get Ermac in to finish out the round. And I missed that. Just an extra step in there, too much. Now I'm going for the knee jabs. And yeah, just in-your-face jump kick. Nothing fancy. Let's see what happens. Okay. Runs in for the combo. So in that little like second where the upward cannonball is going, I was just like, can I anti-air him with a punch? And I was just like, you know what? I was just gonna let a high kick, and I forego, 67% damage. Just snagging with a teleport punch there. I was kind of like thinking like, it might not come out. Almost got me with that force ball setup, but I was just out of range. Knew that jump was coming too. He has a little bit of a habit on that on throws. So I should have just did an anti-air. And now, I think I have him in the corner. Yeah, he was trying to come up with something else to do there. Reptile he's a pain. He's definitely a pain. I don't get to play against the character a lot, so this is a good opportunity to just kind of see what other people can do. Newer players that are, basically learn from the combo videos that we've all made over the years. I like to see that kind of stuff used in matches. You rarely see people do anything optimal. And this is like beyond. So, give Stryker a shot here. Just to mix it up a little bit. Just feeling good with the 6-5. And there's some reverse run there, moonwalk run. I don't know what that was. I went for a jump punch, but okay, just snagged him at the very, very tail end of the meaty collision on that riot gun. A little bit of, we'll call that Mortal Kombat Trilogy N64 pressure, which does not work the same way. Okay, there was a trade there. Okay, into optimal. Look at that. Perfect. And he just, see, right there, it was like, he did not have to do that. Went for a spin there, didn't come out. It's kind of a risky thing because he could have done an instant teleport, baiting that very thing out, but it's just decision making. It's a weird sort of fake 50-50s. Went for a restand on the spear, didn't get it. I knew as soon as that first hit stuttered, it wasn't going to come out. That was me though. I don't know what happened. Might have just been the keyboard locking up. Tried to go around the back there. Went for a spin, nothing came out. Okay, right there, boom, nothing. That was going to be like 70% in the corner right there, but nothing came out. And then I paid for that right there. Terrible. Again, nothing. These are awkward situations where, and again, that had nothing to do with delay or lag or anything like that. It was literally just inputs just eating up. So now I'm patient. Got the perfect setup. I don't know why he went for that. Headlock Gaming, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it, brother. Headlock Gaming is one of, if not the most active retro Mortal Kombat streamers on the internet. He's been doing it for like at least 7 or 8 years now. Huge channel, like 200,000 Facebook followers. It's really wild stuff. So he must just maybe just finished up his stream now. So another good round there. Ties it back up 6-6. And Headlocked and I do a shared sort of sponsor for each other. We subscribe back and forth. I want to get a podcast in with Headlock about WaveNet. And I was talking with Lex from Chicago. I asked him, but he didn't really give me an answer. Lex actually did the refit, as we see a nice, beautiful, optimal Sonya. So that was 51% with no uppercut. Pushes me in the corner with keeping the force ball active. Very good. I'm trying to get a little Sonya shenanigans. Nice anti-air roundhouse. This is much faster play than the last couple rounds. I went for a cross-up spin there. Okay, so I'm going to let him drop out of the spin, which you didn't really see, but you saw the glitch on the spinning animation. When he drops out of the spin, he gets full damage on his combo. Central Florida face-off tomorrow in Orlando. MK1, nice. Very nice. So yeah, if I can get Lex to do a podcast about what it was like being like the actual play tester who was, you know, making the suggestions and all right, so okay, another good 60% Kabal combo, and nothing came out there, but that's all right. Crossover jump didn't really have any option there. Catches the high collision box on the hand, on the instant air, the down, whatever one that was. Almost got the conversion there for Reptile. He kept himself just out of range of a cross-up spin. I probably still could have gotten it. Okay, I missed it. Missed the rest of that combo. That was silly. Keeps the force ball alive again. Same exact scenario as the previous. Everything that happened there happened like 3 minutes ago. All right, caught him sleeping. Let's see what happens here. He's just kind of seeing if he can come up with something to make me do something stupid there. But I was just like, nope, I'm committing to the duck and block, and I'm gonna get you with a toe tap. Good anti-air roundhouse. I'm kind of giving him some of these, trying to get myself closer in on the jump so I can get a cross up. But he managed to take advantage of the positioning there, and he did the right combo there. He got a little more for a little less. All right, left off the leg grab there to try to keep him in the corner because it only does like 2% at the end of it. Back to Reptile juggles, almost with the optimal. I screwed that up there. I knew that as soon as that combo hit, I was like, oh god, I was like, I'm gonna get stuck. So another great Reptile combo. Take that. So that's very. So now he's up 7-6. Yeah, 7-6 there. So, yeah, overall this was a really fun set. Knocked off a lot of the rust. The fast scenarios, you know, a lot of movement. All right, so Ermac and Kano, interesting team. That was a very awkward setup. And I missed the finish on that one again. He's just kind of looking for an opening there, but I'm not giving him anything. He did have one right there, though. I think my block was stuck. Slows. Oh, naked spear. All right, so he went for a fancy combo there. No reason for that, but he still gets it, so that's fine. But now here comes Kano. Kano is hard to deal with. Not when he jumps at you for no reason, though. Roundhouse, boom. Just caught me. Look at that. That is great Reptile control right there. Another fancy combo for no reason. He should have went for the full damage. He would have gotten about 55. And he loses it. See, that's what costs you for being fancy. Impressive looking, but it doesn't get you the W. Alright, just snuck out the cannonball to beat out the force ball. Knew that was coming, so there's like a forced error there. Unforced error, I should say. Yeah, so he's got positioning in the, again, the same combo. You want 50%. Alright, let's see. Okay, so he could have converted there, but he didn't. I just keep jumping at him. Going for that corner uppercut. It's a really risky corner uppercut. Alright, so let's see what happens here. Alright. That looked like a total luck. He's like not blocking here. I don't know if he's maybe going for a big bounce. I couldn't have been possible. He had to block before. Not paying that much attention. But that was definitely a blockable OTG I did in the middle there. Really nice combo regardless, though. Marcelo, this was just a first to 10, just to see like a new player that was, you know, kind of looking to see what he has with Reptile. Justin, what's going on, brother? Got some YouTube action going here. All right, so a little sneaky cheeky leg grabs. So very rare combo drop from Reptile like that early on. He usually gets at least in the 40s, even if he does drop. So you can see the Sonya leg grab doesn't really do anything. I probably should have kept him in the corner. So you can do like a deep jump kick into a high kick and get like another like 7%. He's kind of starting to lose steam, I think, at this point, because there's a lot of openings I've given him. I just barely squeezed out the cross under spin. I did a lower combo just in case because the high punch will miss. I managed to just spot that invisibility. And I went for an instant air, but it, of course, did knock him out. Okay. Good. Robot smoke corner combo. Surprised he didn't go for a wake up harpoon after it, which does hit quite often. I went for a cross under spin there. It did not come out. Good anti-air, instant air fireball. Just had that little extra height on it that I didn't want, but it paid off. Catches me with the naked. Little razor scraper there. Okay, nice relaunch combo from Kabal, puts him out. Back to Reptile. Went for an instant air. Nothing. Didn't have a chance to stick a jab out in between his dash. But here comes Sonya. We're even again. And he's got the optimals. Dropped it. Getting a little bit antsy. So I knew that roundhouse was coming, but I jumped anyway. Alright, so there was the jab. You can see it actually kept him out. A little bit of distance there, but I didn't have enough health to follow up on that. But here we are at 7-7. 1-1 in this match. Alright, went for an anti-air roundhouse, but I timed the jump kick better. That was a lot of risky stuff. Stupid jump-ins, but 2-on-2, it feels like you can take more risks. Now I've like totally changed it up there. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not only am I not going to jump, I'm not going to move. Right, instant air, hiccups. Yeah, that was frustration there. I don't know why he did that. He's got much better options and self-control than that in previous matches. Yeah. So normally I can actually hit those, but all Alright, so back to Human Smoke. FightCade altered the emulator when they were messing with the FPS a few years ago, and that affects instant air firewalls. No, I don't think it does. I think it's just the actual input of FightCade. I don't think it's the emulation, if that makes sense. So it's not systemic, or at least it's not emulation systemic. It's the program that causes the issue. You just can't. They just don't seem to come out as quickly. But it's definitely nothing intentional. I'll say that. Even at 60 FPS, you can still do it. You can still do them instantaneously. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's definite, but it's just an odd thing to change. Like it wouldn't be the emulation, but what I'm saying is it could be the actual program. Not the game's emulation. They're not like tweaking anything specific about how they emulate the game. That would change like how the inputs respond. But it's how their program handles the input is really what the issue is, which is outside of the game. Because somebody else was telling me that they couldn't do something in a FightCade. But I did it, so I was just like, no, it's like you can. It's just you have to do the inputs differently. So you almost have to like release the input from one. You can't hold it in other situations. It's very strange though. It shouldn't happen for sure. There's a little bit of robot smoke shenanigans going on here. It was a very boring round, we'll say. Went for the triple uppercut. He's definitely like tired out at this point. Okay, so interesting mix with Kabal and Sub-Zero here. Alright. Follow up with the drop out of the air, getting the full 59%. Good anti-air roundhouse. He needs some sensu over here, yeah, absolutely. I think he probably just doesn't really know what to do against my strange playstyle. Everybody probably plays like similarly. And that was an accidental neutral jump there. I think that might have been a punish on that spin. Very nice corner. Yeah, Goku. I know what you're saying. It's just that like it's something they have to fix with the programs, how it handles the input, and it's not the emulation of the game. That's really what my point is. Like, I guess maybe you could consider it to be like an aspect of emulation, but it's like it's a program-wide thing. It's not just, it can't just be the one game. All right, I managed to catch him there on the teleport, which is like the first time. Trap him in the corner there. Wasn't sure if he was on the ground or not, so I just went with the uppercut. Whiffs the knee lift in the corner. Good quick dive kick. Just trying to build back the momentum that he had earlier. That was so I knew he was going to do that slide under, so I did the ice clone to keep me in the air, and it landed perfectly. Stuntman Zim. MK3 on Genesis, man. With your grandfather. Oh, boy. Yeah, that was fantastic time to be alive. Everything was so bad, but you didn't care. Or if you did, you just didn't say anything. Good Reptile combo there, 59%. You want to check out my Instagram, too, at UMKShock. I have all my retro collection stuff up there. Okay, here's a nice Kabal corner combo. So I got the jump kick to spin, then I let him drop. Straight up jump kick, fireball, roundhouse is probably like, I don't know, 60, maybe more. You want that? Well, yeah, I think they said UMK3. MK3 will be on there, but not UMK3. Supposedly it has something to do with the source code. I think maybe they can't put anything on it unless they have the source code. That might be a legal thing. I could just be making that up. All right, so here we are. I think this is... Okay, this is like the last of the last here. Nice short dive kicks, but sneaking out the uppercut there with Sub-Zero. Corner lockdown, if you can call it that. It was just just throwing jabs. And that's it. All right. So that was it. That was a 10-7. Really solid set. I mean, the first time I've ever played against a NecoarcI2. Really, really great comboing demonstration. Well, they're not doing MK3 either, huh? They're just... I thought there was MK3 Genesis, but not UMK3 Genesis. Did they just announce that they won't have MK3 Genesis? I thought I saw that on the first list. Maybe it was just a... Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was a really fun set. So I think he said he'll watch the replay of this later. So I'm gonna get this up on YouTube as quickly as I can for him, unless he wants to watch it on Twitch anyway. So SNES only for MK3 and UMK3. So, but am I right though? Did they say that Genesis was originally going to have the MK3 port? They must have backtracked on the Genesis stuff. I don't know why though. It's kind of interesting. Like I said, unless it does have something to do with source code, I don't see why they wouldn't. Because like, wouldn't they have it? Wouldn't they have all the licensing by this point for like everything they've made? I mean, half these companies don't even exist anymore. I guess people must have bought them over the years though. When they did like Acclaim, LJN, Williams. It's funny. Just saw somebody posted the other day that they were glad that Williams did the port for MK3 directly, and then somebody replied to them that that was only the American version. But then I replied to both of them because they didn't do the conversion. It was Sculptured Software, which is the company that they contract to actually do the port. The other ones are just the distributors. So like, I don't know what the hell they were talking about. When I mentioned it, the second guy who mentioned the international versions of it was just like, I'm aware. But it's like, you're not aware because you just said the wrong thing, and it doesn't make any sense. MK4 is not going to be 100%. So here's the thing. I think MK4 is the only thing that's holding launch back from like being next month. I think that MK4 has to be perfect when they launch it. There can't be any problems with it, or people are going to go nuts. I think they should go for December. Again, I don't know how long this stuff takes to do. I mean, and if it's problematic. I mean, MK4 is, I'm pretty sure it's a 64-bit system, but it's also proprietary hardware. Like there's only like a handful of games for the Zeus like engine. I just don't know how many people still know about like that architecture. But it'll be interesting, and at least MK4 is going to get some play. And people are going to see how crazy that game is. It's absolutely wild. All right, so we got Smoke S2S in the chat. I got to translate. I don't know what that means. Let's see what that means. I mean, I kind of know vaguely what the words mean, but maybe it's not Spanish. Maybe it's Portuguese or something. Spread this shit. Okay, there you go. That makes sense. Number 1 rank on UMK3. Nice. Very nice. I think I saw... that's why I recognized his name when I was looking through the replays to get the link. I saw that name. So, good stuff, man. S-tier rank, huh? It is a lot. There's a lot of stuff. But the thing is, everything that they're releasing, even MK4, at least has some kind of like an active presence in emulation, even if the MK4 is incomplete. We used to kind of think it was just because like processors weren't able to optimize the load for that kind of game, because even like the arcade MK games as it is, like 1, 2, and 3, you needed a pretty powerful processor. 20 years ago, even into maybe 10 years ago, people still didn't play these games at full speed. So it was one of actually the most annoying things about playing people online, is because the desyncs and lag would happen because their computers just couldn't keep up. Which was really like just annoying. So that's why it was good when you had it on, PlayStation or Xbox. At least you could maybe depend on, frame rate and stuff like that. But the other ports, I mean, obviously, like the arcade versions need to be perfect. Like there can't be any issues. I know that in the NecoarcI2 collection, I think that more than the issues with like maybe some of like the frame rates in that was just how the sound processed. It was very crisp and clear, because I think they didn't use the actual game for the sounds. I'm not 100% on that. That they use the Unreal Engine for the sounds, possibly, because there's very, very clear differences in the sound, and it kind of throws you off from what you're used to. So I think that was more of a problem than what was actually happening in the game. Let me scroll back up here a little bit, see if I missed anything. But yeah, the first, between MK1 and Xbox Live, it was like 15 years almost, 14 years, I think it was. And then we got PS2, MK2 the next year, and then I think we also got DS, UMK, also the same year as the PS2, MK2. But the UMK3, MK2, like, really had a chance to take off with those. But then the NecoarcI2 collection, like, I never really heard anybody talk about playing 1 or 2 really on that, because PS2 was still what everybody played. And people wanted to get away from the Xbox Live version because of the limited controls, and net play it could be really bad on that. But I don't know if it was any better. I never even played Arcade Collection online. I only played it like a few times here and there. So anyway, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little stream there. I normally wouldn't just stream like a replay of matches or anything like that, but since it was something I happened to do last night, I figured I might as well jump on, especially because it's helping out like a guy who's really got some very solid combo potential, which is what interests me more about these games for me. So, but if anybody's got any other questions or anything, I'm probably gonna head out. But we do have some stuff coming up. We got the Iron Grid. Next one's coming up. That's not the right one. You gotta do. So I'll talk about that one after that. But so August 30th, so that's tomorrow. We have the MK2 Outer Haven tournament. So it has a restricted selection format. It's like when you lose with a character, you can't pick I think when you win with the character, you can't pick that character again. we'll explain that tomorrow in the stream. But that'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That is not the right date for what's it called? Iron Grid 37. Yeah, I don't know why they actually do have the wrong date. That wasn't my fault. But that's going to be September 13th. And that's at NJIT. Anybody in the area who may be watching right now and is interested in playing some MK1, that will be in a few weeks, 2 weeks. And we've gotten some decent turnouts for that. Sometimes you can expect like maybe 16 players or so, which is pretty good for considering like nobody cares about the game anymore. But other than that, check out tomorrow night's stream, MK2. That should be fun. Really good players in the Discord, and they don't seem to mind the stipulations. MKB likes to throw in these like spin the wheel, match stipulations for the tournaments. So yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But that'll be fun. He should be on commentary with me, and we'll see if we maybe get somebody else like Trojan Voice. He's fun for me to have on because we have a good commentary chemistry. So all right. With that, I will see you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. Eastern. And have a good night.